Hey YouTube, Right Wing here again. I want to talk to you about oils. When I make my videos, they're all bought lessons learned the hard way. So I like to share my experiences and save people some trouble and headache. So we're going to talk about oils. Not all oils are the same, okay, when it comes to paramotors. All right. So a lot of people run a different oil to get their gas tank, color, whether blue or green or something like that. And there's really one oil and only one oil that you should run in your paramotor, and that's AmsOil Interceptor. Okay, and I'm going to give you a little example here. So I was running this supposedly high performance oil, and with less than 20 hours, it had gummed up the piston, the top of the piston, and the decompression port in the instinct. And you look at the difference in the oil, right? So this is that high performance castor oil, and you can see it's kind of a darker color. It's a little bit thicker oil. Then you look at the AmsOil, and it's almost clear. And I poured a little on the concrete here so you can see the difference in it's thinner. It's a thinner synthetic oil that keeps your engine from gumming up. And where that's important is you have a decompression port that runs from the cylinder head right here, and that decompression port runs inside to your exhaust port. It's inside the cylinder wall, and that decompression port is literally, maybe that big in diameter. And so what happens is your instinct or rodeo or whatever paramotor you got, as that gums up, it becomes harder and harder to crank, believe it or not. You shouldn't hold your starter button down more than 2 seconds in your motor start. As you notice, these are not heavy duty starters, okay? So you shouldn't be holding your start button down more than 2 seconds. And if not, you need to prime it, or your decompression port, like I said, it runs from your head to your exhaust. There's a little port that runs on the inside of the cylinder that will get gummed up. I learned the hard way. We had to remove the head, clean the top of the cylinder, had to clean the top of the piston, and had to clean out the decompression port in order to get it to operate right. And that's all because of oil. The differences in the oil. The AmsOil, sorry for my shadow there, that AmsOil Interceptor is a really light, thin oil, whereas your other oils, whether it's Blue Marble or whatever two-stroke motor oil, is a lot thicker. And you need to run a really thin oil in your paramotor because we don't run them like a lawnmower. They're not run like a weed eater. We just don't run the motors as hard as you would a normal two-stroke engine, so therefore it gums up. And just want to give you a heads up. So if you're not running AmsOil Interceptor two-stroke, you're probably going to have problems with the two-stroke oil you're running gumming up your top of your piston, cylinder head, and your decompression port. So my recommendation is run only AmsOil, because I learned the hard way after having to clean the cylinder head, the piston, and the decompression port. So just going to give you a heads up. So Right Wing out. If you ain't running AmsOil Interceptor, you're probably going to have some issues. Hope to see you in there. Later.